Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lines TV and welcome to another Transfer Daily video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a few things. I'm going to be talking about Nabil Fekir links. I'm going to be talking about Willian and Eden Hazard. I'm going to be talking about Jeremy Boga and I'm going to be talking about Rugani as well. So it's going to be a jam-packed video for today. You guys, you know what to do. Smash that like button, help me get more than 500 likes for today's video. And press the bell notification button as well to stay tuned to all things Blue Lines TV. But starting with the first story, you guys. Now, this report is coming from RMC Sport, a French sports publication, and they're stating that Chelsea are in fact interested in Nabil Fekir. Now, if you guys can remember some videos I released at the start of this year, I was speaking about the fact that Chelsea, of course, have already been scouting a player like Nabil Fekir already, so they understand what type of player he is. Now, what RMC Sport are stating is that Chelsea are looking at Fekir to replace potentially Willian or Eden Hazard. And honestly, you guys, that's all there is to the story. There really isn't any insight or context on top of the story. Now, for the other part, I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on how I feel about things. Now, the thing that really stands out to me the most is the fact that I personally feel if you're signing Fekir, you're signing him to play up front. Now, I think Fekir makes sense playing up front, playing more central, especially in a Sarri system. I can see that happening, you know, Fekir dropping deeper to link up with the player as well. Potentially even pushing out wide at times and interchanging across the positions, because I've always felt that you've got a very fluid front three where your strike force is interchanging and they are like taking each other's positions. It does make a massive difference when it comes to breaking down the opposition team. And I can understand Fekir being used in that way, but I think if you're signing Fekir solely to play on the right hand side, I don't really know if it makes as much sense. And if Fekir doesn't necessarily have that type of pace, yes, he's very good on the ball, got very good technical abilities, very good skill as well, but Fekir doesn't have that type of pace to really play on the right hand side. And for me, he's a guy that makes sense playing more central. Now, of course, under Sarri, with guys like Higuain and with guys like Mertens as well, they don't necessarily need to be as fast playing central, because remember, Sarri uses his strikers as poachers, so it's not even necessarily about dropping deeper to link up with the play. And I think Fekir makes more sense in that aspect. And if anything, I think if Fekir is going to be a potential replacement for either one of those players, he's going to make more sense playing up front, you guys. As I'm saying, we don't know if Morata's going to stay yet. It's going to depend on him whether he wants to or not. It looks like Mitchell will probably be going, from all the reports coming out so far right now. So Fekir will make sense as a guy to play up front. Now, of course, very close to signing for Liverpool. Everyone knows what his transfer value is right now. So if a deal was potentially to be concluded, it would make sense that Fekir would be the guy. And it really wouldn't take as long to get a deal completed for that. But you guys in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts and opinions on Fekir. Do you think he's a guy we should be targeting? Does he make a lot of sense? Do you think he's the right replacement if either a Hazard or Willian did leave? Let me know below. The second story I'm going to be talking about is Willian and Barcelona. Now, it's coming out from media reports that, of course, Willian does like Barcelona. And you guys, to be honest, it's something I've been telling you guys already beforehand. Willian does want Barcelona. This is a fact. I know this myself. I've told you guys this previously already. He is interested in making that move to Barcelona. And I can see it happening. But again, when it's come to this Willian news, of course, it does link in with Martial. And I've always been waiting for the right moment to tell the full story with the full context. Maybe I'll find another video in the future when it comes to talking about Anthony Martial and obviously the part that Willian has to play in it. But Willian does want the Barcelona move, of course, you know, playing with fantastic players, moving to Spain as well. And also he thinks it's a new, it's a new career path as well, where he can play in his natural position on the left-hand side. So it does make sense from that perspective. Now, of course, Barca would have to pay a lot of money to try and secure Willian. The only thing the reports are really stating is the fact that Coutinho has persuaded Willian to sign for Barcelona and really wants him to come and join the club. Now, you guys, what's my personal opinion? Well, two things. Number one, no way in hell we're setting both Willian and Hazard in the same window. It's not happening, you guys. So no one, take that thought out of your head. A club of our stature and standard, we don't do those types of things. If you guys think about it like this, since Abramovich has taken control, when have we ever been forced to sell a player that we didn't want to? It's never ever happened. We've always sold players when we want to sell them, and we get the highest value we possibly can. There's no way in hell both Willian and Hazard are leaving just like that. It's going to be one of them. It's looking most likely it's going to be Willian. Now, the complication is, of course, United are interested. And actually, I might as well tell you guys this right now. For United to really release Martial, it always depended on the Willian deal, because Mourinho is a fan of him. They're thinking this: we don't want to sell a top prospect to a rival if we're not going to get something in return. The thing is, Willian doesn't mind joining United, but his priority now is Barcelona, because now they're showing the interest and they want to sign him. So that is a bit of a complication. Ideally, I hope that we play hardball and we force Willian to United, because I think long term, having Martial for this team in the long term is going to be much more beneficial for us, instead of selling Willian to Barcelona, where, again, it's not really helping us really improve the team. I think a signing like Martial makes a massive difference when it comes to this. Of course, playing him as a number 9, playing him up front there, he can really fulfill his potential and really play to his best qualities. I'm hoping the club do make a deal like this. It makes more sense. Yes, I think Willian's a fantastic player. He gets a lot of unnecessary stick, and a lot of the criticism that Willian does get is out of context. People always love to forget context whenever it suits their argument. I think that's what people constantly do with Willian. But I think Willian, Barcelona, of course, we were all surprised by this story this summer. But you guys, all you can take from this is that the confirmations are true. The Barca interest is true. Willian does want Barcelona. And it's going to be interesting to see how we play this out. For the third story, I'm going to be talking about Rugani. Now, reports are coming from Alfredo Padula and a lot of Italian media publications as well. And they're saying that both Marina and Roman have visited Italy to try and get this deal wrapped up. They're saying that Sarri ideally wants them to sign within the next week. It looks like the deal could potentially be up to 50 million euros. And yeah, basically Chelsea are trying to get this deal finalized for Rugani and expect it to happen pretty soon. Now, you guys, that really is all there is to the story right now. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. Now, I think the first thing I'm thinking of, and I think the first thing a lot of us guys have thought of, is the fact that, why are we targeting this guy? Why do we need to sign Rugani? We've got Rudiger, Luiz, and Christensen. It really makes no sense. The price seems to have gone up. Originally, it was 40 million euros. Now it's going up to 50 million, especially when Juventus have already effectively replaced him with Caldara. But this is where the reports make no sense now, because they're saying that Chelsea are also looking at Caldara as well. Maybe they're looking at Caldara as an alternative to Rugani if the deal doesn't go through. That makes more sense. But what doesn't make sense is, why are we looking at defenders we don't need, especially with guys that aren't necessarily the top class defenders? I mean, I can't understand signing Rugani for 50 million euros when he's been a squad player for so long. I can't see what benefits he really has. Why he's an upgrade over guys like Christensen when they're very similar in terms of their playing style already. And I'd have to say that Christensen is a better player. I mean, Rudiger as well. I mean, Rudiger has the advantage where he does start the attacks from deep. And of course, I think Luiz is the best out of both Rudiger and Christensen. He's one of the best ball-playing defenders in the world. I'm not seeing what Rugani is going to be offering this team that is so imperative and so vital when we already have these positions filled already. I don't understand this one at all. And if anything, you guys, maybe this could be some bullshit made up from the Italian press. Because I'll tell you this, from what I'm hearing from everyone in my sources and what they're hearing from people that have close ties to the club, it looks like we're not even trying to sign Higuain. We aren't opening any talks with Higuain as well. And he's not a player we're targeting yet. I'm seeing constant reports of Chelsea talking to Higuain, his agent, and trying to get a deal wrapped up. It really makes no sense. And sometimes I do get a bit confused with the Italian media. Now, I'm believing my sources. If they're saying we're not linked with Higuain, I'm going to believe that. I'm praying it's a possible situation with Rugani, even though, again, it's my opinion, it looks like it's going to be happening. Yeah, now I understand, you know, guys like Cahill leaving it. Reports saying that Liverpool are being linked and Liverpool are interested. But again, when you've already got Zuma in the backgrounds already, you know, you've got someone like Nathan Ake, but you've got the buyback clause in his contract where you're paying way less than you're paying for Rugani. What is Rugani? What's he done in his career to really show, you know what, he's worth the 50 million and he's worth playing for Chelsea? I don't understand. Before anyone says this is a Sarri signing, Not the case. Sarri doesn't care about individual players. He'll work with whatever he has. This is why it makes no sense. So it's typical of Chelsea to make these really weird types of signings. I really don't understand this one whatsoever. And the final story I'm going to be talking about, and it's a story that we've known for a while. I've known about this for a while as well. You know, I think I reported on Sassuolo being linked with a loan signing for him. I was told to by Carefree Youth that a deal had already been agreed and he would be getting sold with a buyback fee inserted. It looks like it's going to happen any day now. Boga will be joining Sassuolo for 4 million with a buyback clause as well, which makes a lot of sense. And you guys, as I've been saying for so long, it's about time we start instating buyback clauses for some of these players. You know, let them get that safety and let them get that type of environment where they have room to grow. They can play first team football. They can do all of that. We don't necessarily have to use the loan system every single time. Now, of course, you guys, the loan system makes money. For example, Kurt Zouma. Stoke City paid £8 million for the signing of Zouma for a season, and then you're including the wages on top. That makes a lot of money. Now imagine there's 40 players out on loan. That all adds up, and that brings in quite a decent amount of cash. And I mean, it makes sense, I feel, but I think for the top talents, there should be a different strategy. If you can't guarantee them game time now, the top guys like your Masundas, your Bogas, for example, let's sell them to clubs with a buyback clause where you know what, even if there still isn't any room for them, we have faith that these guys are going to grow and improve, which is only going to mean their market value is going to increase on top of that. Let's buy them back and flip them. We've seen Real Madrid do that so many times. Look what they did with Morata, signing him back for 30 million and then selling him for double that afterwards. So it's about time Chelsea start re-strategizing what they do with the youth. It's disappointing to me, of course. First thing I think of is Kale messing up his chances. And the second thing is so many stupid, useless loan moves where if he had that career consistency, when guys like Ren wanted to sign him on a permanent, when clubs like Marseille wanted to sign him on a permanent as well, if he had just signed for them, he would have been a first-team player already, and his reputation would be much bigger right now. And it's a shame, you know, it's best he left. I feel it was never going to come. Good luck to him. I'm going to be really following his career closely. I think this guy will still be a top player, and good luck to Jeremy Boga. But anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm NiniFC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.